Hello, bonjour.
Guten Tag, Pujambo. Hola.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're discussing why The Wild Robot is DreamWorks' best movie in years and one of their best ever.
We must become more than we were programmed to be.
Like many other American animation studios, DreamWorks has been leaning more towards sequels and recognizable IP as of late. Although this has resulted in a few movies that exceeded every expectation, like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, others have left us starving for something more innovative.
The difference in try and triumph is just a little oomph. Go big or go home.
Despite technically being based on Peter Brown's book series, The Wild Robot is truly a breath of fresh air. Not just for DreamWorks, but for animation in general.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is most satisfied and 1 is least, how would you rate my performance? I will register that as a 10.
At first glance, the story of a robot gaining a soul might sound familiar. While sure to draw comparison to classics like The Iron Giant and WALL-E, this is the only movie we can think of where a robot's sense of humanity stems from wildlife.
Processing language.
You need to learn how things work on this island.
Lupita Nyong'o deserves an Annie Award for voicing Roz 7134. Stranded in a remote forest with no humans in sight, Roz turns to the animals in search of an objective.
A Razum always completes its task. Just ask.
The animals are naturally alarmed by this mechanical quote-unquote monster, although nothing is scarier than nature itself. Harkening to the earlier works of Walt Disney and Don Bluth, The Wild Robot isn't afraid to depict just how unforgiving and cruel nature can be. As cute as the animals are, they know it's a dog-eat-dog world.
Do you need assistance?
Sometimes this is played for humor, like when a mother possum shrugs off the notion of her offspring being eaten. It happens. Other times, the film's portrayal of nature is as intense as a modern PG rating gets.
Death's proximity makes life burn all the brighter. It's true.
In arguably the most graphic scene, Roz stumbles into the objective of caring for an egg. Soon enough, that egg is a Canada goose, and Roz's objective becomes her purpose.
Task acquired. Return mode delayed. A Razum always completes its task.
The goose, named Brightbill, recognizes Roz as his mother. No amount of data or programming can prepare Roz for this role, forcing her to improvise. She also seeks assistance from a sly fox voiced by Pedro Pascal, who, despite his selfish tendencies, comes to see the robot and bird as family.
Come on, find that woo inside you.
Searching.
In most animated films aimed at families, the protagonist is usually a younger person with at least one absent parent. The Wild Robot is a rare animated feature where a parent takes center stage, relating to older viewers in ways their kids might miss.
Perhaps you could limit your range to stay within view.
Roz, he needs to become independent if he's gonna migrate.
I prefer he be independent, closer to home.
The film captures the unpredictability of being a parent, especially when a child is born with special needs. Brightbill is considered a runt. Few believe he'll survive the wild, let alone fly south one day. Roz remains committed to the young goose, however.
His chances aren't super good.
I will protect him.
Initially, this is due to her programming, which won't let her stop until a task is fulfilled. In time, though, Roz overrides that programming, becoming genuinely invested in seeing Brightbill succeed.
Hey, it's working! I think I got it!
Well done, Brightbill.
In addition to people with special needs, Brightbill could be seen as an allegory for anybody who's ever felt different. For many kids, confidence and perseverance start with a parent's support. When a loving parent stands by you until the end, you may surprise even yourself with what you can accomplish.
But he has a chance. If where his wings end, his heart can pay the balance.
Along with parenthood, The Wild Robot is a thoughtful commentary on artificial intelligence. As technology grows more advanced, people have rightfully questioned whether society has become too reliant on AI, both in the workplace and at home.
The world is a smart box, and we am inside.
I sneeze, Data? Wow!
A machine can't replace an animator's personal touch, just as an iPad is no substitute for a parent. While The Wild Robot reveals the dangers of AI, it also examines technology's benefits when handled responsibly.
We're not easy to find.
You are defective.
I feel fine.
You should not feel anything at all.
Early in the film, Roz damages and loses several parts that make her less robotic. Through her experiences with the wildlife, she begins to think more like an individual. Roz finds an unlikely middle ground between the efficiency of a machine and the caring love that only a person can provide.
I do not have the programming to be a mother.
No one does. We just make it up.
Speaking of evolving technology, DreamWorks has crafted one of their most beautiful movies yet. Remaining true to the source material's inviting illustrations, writer-director Chris Sanders wanted the film to possess a painted aesthetic akin to concept art books.
I just thought it deserves that level of visual richness, I guess. And so you are absolutely right. It literally is a moving painting.
It's reminiscent of the style that's been growing more popular ever since Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Instead of a comic book, though, Sanders' team draws inspiration from Disney films like Bambi and the works of Hayao Miyazaki, especially My Neighbor Totoro. The Wild Robot may have been made using computers, but every frame feels as if they were painted on location. In a film that's about cutting-edge technology learning to coexist with nature, the blending of styles serves as a perfect visual representation of unity.
It's like this journey that I was on, that we departed from the analog paintings, and we went all the way away and picked up all these wonderful tools with CG, the cameras and such, and now we've rejoined that. We've closed the circle.
The visuals are so engrossing that we initially wondered if The Wild Robot would have worked better as a dialogue-free film. It might have been ambitious, but it'd deprive us of Sanders' timeless dialogue and several heartfelt performances.
Just have a little fun for once.
Kit Connor of Heartstopper hits all the right beats as Bright Bill, believably maturing the character from an outcast to a leader. Pedro Pascal might as well have voiced a chameleon because he's practically unrecognizable as Fink the Fox.
Fink the Fox. He's devious, but incredibly loving. Nothing like myself.
Catherine O'Hara, Bill Nighy, Matt Berry, and Mark Hamill round out the wildlife in wonderful supporting performances. Lupita Nyong'o is the movie's soul, though, gradually evolving Roz from a walking advertisement to a nurturing caregiver. Listening to these characters, we don't envision celebrities in a recording booth. We just see the characters.
Woo-hoo! Yeah! Hey, you die. Can't hear you.
All good.
Unconventional families have been a recurring theme throughout Sanders' filmography.
Beginning with characters is a great place to begin because you want your character to be fresh and compelling and have an interesting journey.
In Lilo and Stitch, an alien helps to mend a broken home as two sisters adapt to life without their parents. In How to Train Your Dragon, a father and son see eye to eye for the first time as two feuding worlds come together. In The Croods, a traditional Stone Age family evolves while also coming to value each other.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And a half.
Echoes of Sanders' past films can be found in The Wild Robot. This includes his first live-action film, The Call of the Wild, which could also be brutal in its portrayal of nature. Yet it never feels like Sanders is repeating himself, exploring these themes as if we were experiencing them for the first time.
If you can create a very simple, strong structure, a 3-act structure, if it holds up the basic story, that's the architecture, then you can go back to character, you can go back to the gardening.
Sanders has been nominated for 3 Academy Awards, although he's yet to win. While 2024 has given us audience hits like Inside Out 2 and independent darlings like Memoir of a Snail, The Wild Robot just might be Sanders' path to an overdue Oscar.
Patience is the key.
It's okay, Mom. I'm alive.
Why stop there? Aside from considering Sanders in other categories like Best Director and Best Adapted Screenplay, the Academy shouldn't overlook Chris Bowers' mystical musical score, Chris Stover's immersive cinematography, or Raymond Zebak's atmospheric production design. Too often, Oscar voters forget Best Animated Feature isn't the only category that can honor animation. That said, this may be DreamWorks' first win in the category since Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Excluding co-productions, it'd be DreamWorks Animation's first Oscar since Shrek.
What kind of knight are you?
One of a kind.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. While The Wild Robot is sure to mark several milestones for DreamWorks, one carries a bittersweet sentiment. Per Cartoon Brew, DreamWorks will depend more on partnerships with outside animation studios going forward, meaning The Wild Robot may be their Glendale campus's last entirely in-house production.
Are those your parents?
I know predators, and those are predators.
DreamWorks isn't going anywhere, but this seems like the end of an era. In a way, this is mirrored in The Wild Robot. Without going into spoilers, the film's ending deals with separation, yet provides hope that loved ones will find each other again.
Mom? No!
DreamWorks has gotten lost more than once throughout its history. If they continue to produce films like The Wild Robot, though, the future promises to be optimistic, no matter what changes await.
This is a wilderness.
And I am a wild robot.
What did you think of The Wild Robot? Let us know in the comments.
Right, Bill. Is that satisfactory?
Right, Bill? Processing. Boop, boop. Satisfactory.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.